My dad would always brag to me about how great the 50s were and how he always wanted to jump in a time machine and jump back in time. That's the way I feel about the 90s. The 90s were freaking incredible.
That time was just exciting. You know, the early 90s really was just a really booming period.
The 90s. I have a lot of blurry memories in the 90s.
I remember wearing, Z Cavariccis and rayon polka dot silk shirts to high school.
Large, baggy, very colorful. High top fades, I think cross colors, and I think flannels.
Cross colors, so big. I used to get teased a lot because, I used to wear purple a lot, man, and every now and then I have, a pair of purple cross colors with the jacket, full on, the hat and everything. And that was big. Matter of fact, we wore that in our Sunday afternoon video.
I mean, I remember Zima. Remember Zima?
Oh, Zima. Zima's good. Mm-hmm.
Something different.
A lot of good movies came out. A lot of classic films came out.
Pac, man, you know what I'm saying? Had the Poetic Justice movie out with Janet Jackson.
Colors, the movie Colors.
Jungle Fever, Do the Right Thing.
Always do the right thing.
The Spike Lee stuff.
That's it?
That's it.
I got it, I'm gone.
Boys in the Hood. First John Singleton, Boys in the Hood. Everybody had to watch that movie. That was the one everybody watched.
Either they don't know, don't show, don't care about what's going on in the hood.
You got a lot of movies that was being, focusing on gang life, from Ma Vida Loca.
That's how you want it, Mousy? Fine, bitch. You got it. Tonight, sad girl.
This was right after American Me had hit. Lower budget movie, but it definitely hit the hood, just like Friday did, you know what I'm saying? But on the Latino side.
Watching in living color every Sunday night. Some of the best movies came out. I mean, the 90s was an amazing time to grow up in.
I don't think so. Homie, don't play that.
And then you had Arsenio, who when he was bringing hip-hop artists on there, you're like, whoa, I gotta watch it,
Let's welcome and talk to NWA. Give it up.
He wasn't getting those ratings just from black people watching, you know what I mean? And he was getting those ratings that everybody's watching, teens were watching, everybody was interested in what hip-hop artist was going to be on there.
Please welcome, from Boogie Down Productions, KRS-One.
Mellow Man Ace. Public Enemy.
Tribe Called Quest.
Here is Tone Loc.
Black Sheep, this is LL Cool J. DJ Quick.
Tupac. Father. MC. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Snoop Doggy Dogg. Rapper extraordinaire, Dr. Dre.
Arsenio connected with people like nobody else had.
So women that aren't mad at you, because they were saying some stuff. What was that word they used, Marla? Bestializing women.
You know what? I don't love them hoes.
Getting people involved from the whole thing with going out to the audience, hey, what's up? It's like, touching people, Nobody did that. Everybody kind of stayed back. So he brought a whole different flavor, to late night show.
It was really kind of a birth of hip-hop R&B. It's where a lot of underground music from the streets started to become mainstream.
To me, it was just party. It was just all about party music.
The greatest time for hip-hop, to be a hip-hop fan and to be in the radio business, in the business of hip-hop and R&B.
I think Seattle, I think New York hip-hop against West Coast hip-hop.
Now you're mad and you're thinking about stomping? Well, I'm from the South Bronx. Fuck Compton!
Some New Yorkers don't know where we're coming from, and one has the nerve to try to diss Compton. I take it personal when you diss my hood, son. Now you got me wanna break you off something. Yeah. Now you got me wanna break you off something. Yeah. Now you got me wanna break you off something.
Like hip-hop had really kind of grown into its own. And that was powerful, and yet the whole grunge thing was happening, so rock and roll was changing.
When I think about the 90s, I think Nirvana breaking out.
If you wanted to buy an album back in the 90s, you do it like we did it growing up, basically, and that's going to the store. You know what I mean? Going to your favorite, you had a favorite mom and pop store you would go to, or you would go to the big ones, the warehouses.
We went right to the swap meets. If you remember, swap meets was real big back in the day, and it was like, man, you walk in the swap meet, they playing, you hear nothing but music booming from the front to the back.
You had the cassette, you had, the vinyl, and, CDs were the beginning things at the early 90s.
You couldn't listen to it back then. They didn't have the capabilities how now you can go listen to a whole album okay, I don't think that's kind of whack. I don't want that, or whatever.
I mean, if you think about the 90s, man, think about all the labels that was around then that are gone now. We're down to 4 major labels. Back then, it was over 100. You had Pendulum, Elektra, record labels I'm just throwing out there, not around, Cold Chillin'. That was just a great time, man.